people, ska music is the sound of urban Britain during the late 70s and early 80s, and Pauline Black was right at the very heart of it.
Yeah, she joined the Selector in 1979, and despite a few splits and lineup changes over the years, she's still performing with the band today.
We will hear one of her new tracks shortly, but first let's enjoy a few of the classics.
A nation is bouncing up and down.
Just like we were.
Good morning, Pauline Black. Lovely to see you. And the trilby in place. Great to see.
I thought I would come in full regalia.
Do you wear it all the time?
Oh, obviously, in the bath, everywhere.
Supermarket?
It has been known.
Oh, good.
Tell us about those times. Just watching that little tape there, what was that like for you?
Well, it was wonderful. I mean, when I actually look back, I mean, that was 43 years ago now. And to still be able to go out on stage, still be singing, still recording, I'm eternally grateful to our fans.
And you still love it?
I do love it, yes. I mean, it is one place, I think, on stage, I feel perfectly comfortable.
Really? So,
yes.
Even back then, did you ever get nervous? Was there ever a moment of doubt, or was it always just the best place for you to be?
Well, I suppose it sounds a bit like hubris, but no, I didn't. I got more nervous off stage than on stage, yes. My husband will attest to that.
Really?
Yes.
He was living with the consequences.
Well, he was living with the consequences, yes. Yeah.
That's interesting. So it sounds like, from what you say, that on stage is where you feel most at home. It's like it's almost meant to be.
Yes, I feel comfortable. I feel as though I am, you know, mistress of myself.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Very, very good. As far as the new music is concerned, you started writing it, I think, during lockdown, is that right? Just
before lockdown happened in January, I came up with the chorus of Human Algebra, which is the name of the new album. And we chose that title, I think, because algebra is to do with the unknown. That's how you find the unknown. And what the album is looking at is what is it within human nature that makes us do the things that we do, the things that really aren't good for us, and we don't learn from our experiences. And Human Algebra itself is about knife crime, and I've seen the interview that was done this morning with Baroness Lawrence.
Yes.
And I mean, that was a tremendous interview, and it's something about this album seems completely prescient at the moment, that the subject matter of it. Here we are 30 years later after Stephen Lawrence's death, umpteen inquiries, all of these things. We know it's wrong, but it still keeps happening. And that's really what we're dealing with here.
We need to hear some of this song, don't we?
We do.
Here is the title track from the album. It's called Human Algebra.
Stains the grey, cold baby.
It's always been important to
Yeah.
the Selector. We started off with an album called Too Much Pressure, and it was Too Much Pressure back in 1979. And here we are in 2023, and many of the subjects that the two-tone movement that I belong to as being in the band The Selector, they're still there. I mean, we were talking about racism and sexism, multiculturalism, all of those words, when no one had really that wasn't in popular language then.
And 79, we were talking as well about the economy and about strikes were hitting. Does it feel like things have come full circle?
Well, every decade I have this conversation with somebody.
Really? Yeah.
No, things have moved on. Things have moved on. We're now having these conversations. We weren't having those conversations back then. We were talking about it. Our fans, obviously, had taken that on board and seen what we were talking about. But these days, people are. We're post-COVID. We are post-Black Lives Matter. We are post all of these things. We've seen them. It's our duty now to do something about them.
And there is a huge appetite for the music still, isn't there? Because you're touring.
Well, we are touring. We are doing many dates within the UK and in Europe as well. In fact, I think we're in Manchester at some point in time, the Band on the Wall. Every day we're blessed, really. When you've been going for 43 years, every day is a blessing, really, that you can keep going.
When you look out across the crowds, who's in the audience today?
Well, people of our age and all the way down. I mean, we did Newcastle last week, and there were people as young as 15 there who like the message in our music. And see that as relevant to them and the whole style and the stance of what we stood for.
The Selector, the next generation.
Hopefully.
Pauline, thank you so much. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in. And the Selector's new album is called Human Algebra.
That was great. Lovely to meet you.